Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Simba, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Simba, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Simba, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Simba, gedola, lio, besimcha. Simba, gedola, lio, 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 besimcha. Be the reason someone smiles. 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 Simba gedola, lio besimcha. Simba gedola, lio lio besimcha. Simba gedola, lio lio besimcha. Simba gedola, lio besimcha. Someone smile. Be the reason someone smile. Be the reason someone smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Simba gedola, lio lio besimcha. Simba gedola, lio lio besimcha. Simba gedola, lio lio besimcha. Simba gedola, lio besimcha. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel. Be the reason someone smiles. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, 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 besimcha. Be the reason someone smiles. 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 Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Someone smile. The reason someone smile. The reason someone smile. The reason someone smiles. The reason someone smiles.
Breakfast with Elli.
Mode ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shechazarta bi nishmati b'chemla raba emunatecha.
The Jews were exiled, that they fully left Israel and have returned after close to 2,000 years.
At no time in its history was the land of Israel completely devoid of a Jewish population. However, it has always been a multi-ethnic population. Never have the Jews had complete control over the entire territory of the land of Israel. The various exiles of the ancient period, specifically under the Assyrians and then later under the Babylonians, typically only took a minority of the population. So there always was a population of Jews left behind in the land of Israel. But it's really not within the capability of these ancient empires to simply carry off an entire people like that. In fact, there's allusion to that in the Bible as well. And when we say, only God can take a people from the midst of a people. So there always was a certain remnant that remained, but they had no political sovereignty, no control over their political destiny, and so on.
There you have it. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Elli. It is Wednesday, the 6th day of March, the 26th day of Adar Rishon. The Torah portion, Vayakhel, HaYom, Revi'i, the Shabbos, fourth day, coming up to a Shabbos, learning the fourth Aliyah. Good morning, how are you? Yes, we had some problems yesterday. I do apologize for that. What can I tell you? It happened. And I'm sure that by now you've heard the reason why. Facebook and Instagram went down yesterday. I know, tragedy. The world came to a standstill, a complete and utter standstill. So let's go. We have to supplement today with a couple of things from yesterday. So men and boys, take the front seats and take a breath. Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mitzvat tzitzit.
All right, everyone together. Al divrei Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al divrei Torah.
All right, Hareini Mekabel.
Hareini mikabel alay mitzvat aseh shel ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. I take upon myself every single day to love my fellow friend in a very special way.
All right, Torah Tziva.
Ay Torah tziva lanu Moshe morasham morasha keilat Yaakov. Torah tziva lanu Moshe morasham morasha keilat Yaakov.
All right, and that brings us to tzedakah.
I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki for someone else to keep. Yeah, I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki, the tzedakah box. I put it in the pushki for someone else in need.
All right, that is so cool. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that takes us to the saying of the Shema. Let's go for it.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuso Le'olam Va'ed.
All right, are you ready? I've got my coffee, I've got my yogurt. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihiyah b'dvoroi.
Coffee, blessed coffee. God bless you for being a friend. When the whole world turns on me, it's only you on which I can depend. I want to taste you in the morning and a few times throughout the day. Yes, a cup or two in the evening too. For me, it's the only way. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Today in Jewish history. Okay. Today is Wednesday, all day, huh? The first property purchase took place in 1677. In 1658, 15 Jewish families emigrated from South America to what was to become the United States. These families were of Sephardic lineage and settled together in Newport, Rhode Island, where they established a Jewish congregation. For many years, they had weekly prayer services in private homes. When the need for a Jewish cemetery arose, the community purchased a piece of land. On Wednesday, February 28, 1677, the very first piece of land in the colonies, which was owned by a Jewish congregation. In this cemetery are buried many of the early members of the congregation, and it is still maintained by the Jewish community today. Newport, Rhode Island, Yehuda Turo, and the Turo Synagogue. Ah, yeah. Today is the yard site of Rebbetzin Sarah Shiner. Viewing the dire lack of formal education for Jewish girls in her native Poland, Rebbetzin Sarah founded the first Beis Yaakov Girls' School in Krakow in 1917. Despite some initial opposition, the school network quickly expanded throughout Poland and beyond. Today, there are hundreds of Beis Yaakov schools worldwide, attended by tens of thousands of Jewish girls. The Nazis barred Jewish physicians from treating Aryans and vice versa on this day in 1940. And in 1948, Operation Nachshon, the Haganah's first large-scale offensive, began during that time. All right, there was once an historic meeting between the Lubavitcher Rebbe and the Belzer Rebbe, and we have some of it for you today.
Zeitung, was in der Gitarre ist. Ja, nicht mehr frisch, ich habe nicht tun, gesucht dort. Gute Sachen. Die Satzrecht bleibt doch halt noch auf Zürich. Aber dort besuchen wir gesagt, man kann gehen drücken in von Chassidus Eichel. Wir sind das mit der Mond, haben wir getroffen, letztes Mal im Gerät, wenn wir gehen zu bei Yeshiva-Boche. Und sie wissen, Chassidus hat dieselbe Yeshivas. Nicht nur die Teile. Und das, was mir sagt, dann helfe ich Teise, wie es man in Asmanen, in Aschmosches, in Asdore, aber es wie Jontes. Sie sagt es bei Divors. Ja, dachte ich, von einem Guff, wie wird das an Aufschatzen, das hat aber schön.
Ja, man weiß doch, was ein Nahre passt ist. Ein polnischer Chassidem und verschiedenerlei. Hand, das das alle gesungen als Teils, was scheinbar nicht stärker geworden. Ich darf es gekommen zu gegen Chizuk.
Der Fall sage ich was, ich habe gesucht, in Zeitung gesagt, man kann gehen drücken dort, oder sie mit chassidische Libertäre von Chassidus. Wie bald damit drückt es bei der Zeitung, dass sie sich nicht für die Yeshiva-Wochen, darf sich lernen in Teile. Zeitung gesagt, die wir sein oder Kedema Yeshiva oder Lachere Yeshiva. Es wollte öfter gewähren, nicht das Mama KOSHER, Shasa KOSHER, nach Levi KOSHER, aber so werden auch Seder Mishur. Ich frage noch, wie ich sage, aber ich darf noch auf dem Chizu. Ich sage, die Gmorre bringt, wenn die Chizu, das noch mehr wie jenen in Athen. So ist das, die Teile Stamm bleibt nicht, von Kach wie Kach. Die Dinge darf man lernen noch mit Jesses. Mir bin ich zu Kreis in Zmann. Und als es zugekommen, als ich für Dworen Chadoshim, ist doch sicher die Sache, als mir Dworen Chadoshim, was nicht gewähren, mit der Adar früher. Und hat es eingeführt, wir rechnen die Kadosh Adar Tev. Ich habe immer berechnet, als es zugekommen, Rachman Islam, am Machl in Welt, darf man suchen, eine Trufe, was am Moll, das ist nicht gedacht, ankommt.
Dann hat sie Mühe noch.
Sie da Zimmer nicht, ja. Leila Lechen, Leila Mein, Leila Rasher. In den Teile Gufe, bei Jani, was der Kuss ist, nicht als begonnen, der Fall wird es angerufen, nicht mit der Teile. Noch durch diese Teile wird dort der Kuss begonnen. Es ist was ist die Zeit, als der Kuss von Teile, in Teile Gufe, der Kuss, der Kuss, so lege sein, ich schuke der Bursig.
Pavle Minion, aber da Flüge, wenn ich wenn der selber als Mammes bin, am Chess schon ich warum es Beure. Das als Mammes da große Kosher darf nur mehr auf.
Mit einem Neffen von Vayakhel, Vayakhel, Vayakhel. Der Chile Vayakhel ist hat allein geholfen. Vayakhel ist das, was gemacht hat, als sie gerät. Sie waren der zweite Raton im Schrein, als Chile.
I like that the Lubavitcher Rebbe is teaching the Bava Rebbe the importance of Chassidus in our time. All right, HaYom Yom for today, the 26th day of
היום הזה הוא זמן שמחתנו, שמע את התפילה שבליבנו, ותמחול את כל עוונותינו ביום הזה.
Let me share a cute story from back in my yeshiva days. We would go every Friday to visit business people and share a Torah thought, do a mitzvah, as Chabad yeshiva boys do till this very day. And one of my friends, a buddy from yeshiva, he approached a fellow and asked him if he would put on tefillin, to which this man responded, I am a humanistic Jew. And in our denomination, we're not really so into the whole God thing. Why are you Jews always looking upwards or reaching towards God? Can't you turn inward into yourself for inspiration? To which my friend responded, okay, can you then find it inside yourself to wrap tefillin? Jews have invented some phenomenal things that have furthered human progress and have bolstered and strengthened Yiddishkeit. One of the things, though, that we have invented that are perhaps much less helpful and actually don't help us progress at all is the idea of denominations, where this is a humanistic Jew and this is a Reform Jew and this is a Reconstruction. Says today's HaYom Yom, Bishloisha kli shares, with three instruments of service, with three weapons, if you will. What are those three weapons? Ahavat Hashem, the love of God. Ahavat HaTorah, the love of Torah. And Ahavat Yisrael, the love for your fellow Jew. With these three weapons, must every young yeshiva student, or every Jew by extension, must go out to do the work of Hashem and work, and what are we talking about over here? To draw your fellow Jew inward, closer, and inspire your fellow Jew to observe mitzvahs, to study Torah, without, says the HaYom Yom, without paying any attention to the affliction of factions. He calls factions an affliction. We created all of these walls around ourselves. We didn't, Jews have invented phenomenal medicines, cures for diseases. But in this case, we invented a disease, the disease of factions. And it doesn't help us. It just makes things worse. It gets in the way of getting God's work done. The truth is, says the HaYom Yom, that every single Jew at his or her core has a soul, has what he calls here is the source of living waters, has a neshama. And with the power of our weapons, the love of Hashem, the love of Torah, and the love of Israel, we can awaken that spark and overcome these ridiculous walls that we've created around ourselves.
which is super, super, super important. All right, 60 days of Simcha for the 26th of Adar.
Welcome to our Mishanichnas Adar Marbim Besimcha Happy Thoughts. So in Tehillim, David HaMelech says, Yismach Yisrael b'Yosef. The Jewish people are going to be happy with the Creator Hashem that made us. So the commentaries say, when are we going to be happy? So Yismach is the same letters as Mashiach. When Mashiach comes, why when Mashiach comes are we going to reach the ultimate happiness? Because Yismach is the same numerical value as Nachash, the snake. Which means when Mashiach comes, the snake is going to be finished. Practically means our avodah, dealing with all the challenges of life, is going to be gone. So when the Nachash is going to be gone, we're going to have Mashiach, we're going to have the ultimate and the greatest, Yismach, the greatest Simcha. Have a happy Chodesh Adar, continue with happy thoughts.
You know, the most favorite Jewish foods have come from our worst enemies. We love taking our enemies and turning them into delicious kosher food. We took Antiochus and we turned them into a latke. We took Haman and we turned them into a hamantash. We took Pharaoh and we turned them into a matzah ball. You know what's coming? Hamas is going to become the most delicious hummus in Israel.
You like that? I thought that was very silly, but very fun. Okay. Yeah, we got that. So now, a word from our sponsors.
And now, a word from our sponsors. PestProRidall.com.
PestProRidall.com. Trusted by the best to keep away the pests. We are offering COVID-19 disinfection services. Mention this ad and get 1 month free service. Visit us at PestProRidall.com.
Tarzane Group. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Go to tarzanegroup.com or call Tomas at 305-440-0565. That's 305-440-0565. And order today. Visit Tomas and Yair at tarzanegroup.com. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Beautiful in your home. Go to the website and read Tomas's orchid blog. And by Dina D Design. DinaDDesign@gmail.com. Fine artwork, custom made to your specifications. Logos, wall hangings, Judaica. And you can even have something for your child's room. Dina D Designs. Go to her Facebook or Instagram or call or text. Thank you very much to our sponsors. If you'd like to become a sponsor, please go right up here to where it says patreon.com/theactorsrabbi, and you can contribute even only $1 a month if you'd like, but that'll help us bring this broadcast to you on a daily basis and cover our expenses. Be sure to thank your sponsors when shopping and mention Breakfast with Elli when you're shopping there. There might be discounts. Thanks for watching.
Come on. We're getting there. I gotta hold up.
Torah, 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 Siva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Siva lanu Moshe.
All right, patreon.com/theactorsrabbi or breakfastwithelli.live/newcomputer. breakfastwithelli.live/newcomputer. And please donate today. It's very important. All right, continuing with our parsha. As we have seen, Moshe Rabbeinu was born with an innate, keen spiritual sensitivity. Besides this, he was granted a level of prophecy more sublime than that of any prophet before or after. And finally, Hashem gave Moshe the commands to build the tabernacle when he was on Sinai, and Hashem elevated him to such a uniquely spiritual level of existence that Moshe neither needed to eat nor drink. Clearly then, Moshe received and understood these commands in a very abstract, ethereal way. He saw the tabernacle and all its vessels in an extremely idealized form, even though, of course, he understood that they were meant to take on a physical form. He saw them as spiritual as well. In contrast, the Mishkan Gufa, the sanctuary itself, described in these parshas, is consummately physical. The description of how the people donated the materials, tallied them, fashioned them into the various components and furnishings, brought them to Moshe, and then rested from working on them every Shabbos, leaves no doubt that a palpable physical tabernacle was being constructed, notwithstanding any coexistent spiritual dimension that it might have possessed. It's in order to highlight the difference between the abstract and the concrete Mishkan that the Torah details the construction of the Mishkan in these two parshas, Vayakhel and Pekudei. The difference is important because the lower physical tabernacle is the fulfillment of Hashem's will to make this world dira lo yisborach b'tachtonim, his home in the lower world, not the abstract, idealized Mishkan that Moshe envisioned on Sinai. And we will continue with this tomorrow. It's a short one today. All right. In the fourth Aliyah, well, let's go back. We didn't do yesterday's. The third Aliyah. Moshe announced Hashem's choice of Betzalel and Oholiav to serve as the foreman of the construction project. He transfers to them all the donated materials. The people, however, keep donating generously until the craftspeople report to Moshe that they have more than enough materials to complete their task, causing Moshe to issue a proclamation requesting everyone to cease donating materials. Can you imagine? In today's Aliyah, the craftspeople begin their work. In this Aliyah, the tapestries which covered the Mishkan were assembled. All right, and that takes us to Chumash and Rashi with Rabbi Avtzin. All right. And that takes us to Parsha points Parsha points Vayakhel for Wednesday. Things, items, are never good or bad. It's what we use them for. Every thing is a tool. The craftsman is the one who shapes its virtue, except for the mysterious tachash, this odd animal. Only one ever existed, and its sole purpose was to be used in the Mishkan. We must aspire to the same, to have designated items, spaces, times, where only God exists, where there's no consideration of any other use of that time, space, or object. Do that, and you have made a home for Hashem. All right. Shnayim Yomi for today. Shnayim Yomi is up.
Parashat Vayakhel, fourth Aliyah. There's a very particular expression that comes back and forth in all these parashiot that discuss the talents in Bnei Israel. Before I tell you what it is, I just would like to share with you what the world holds. In the world, you have intellect and you have emotions. In the 60s, everyone was going to school, going to higher school, university was something becoming more popular. The intellect and the knowledge in the world was becoming incredibly accessible. Scientists at the time said, there's so much knowledge, we don't even know what to do with it. At the same time, we see that today, people completely forgot about logic and intellect. You see this, what's going on between Hamas and Israel, what they did to our brethren in Israel. And still the world is taking the side of the Palestinians and Hamas when we were brutalized and terrorized is unbelievable. It makes no sense. They ask Israel to do a ceasefire. Very nice. They don't ask the Hamas to do a ceasefire. So what is going to happen if Israel does a ceasefire? War again. They said it. They're going to attack again. No problem. Is there any logic to this? It's like the LGBT community supporting Palestine. Why don't they go for a one-way trip? Because they're not going to let them go back. There's no logic. It's all emotions because they see babies dying. And make no mistake about the following. We're not happy having civilians and babies dying. Chas v'shalom. We never rejoice. But to only focus on this without the logic is called taking one side, called emotions, without intelligence. But there's something interesting, an expression in the Torah that really tells us that one without the other is very dangerous. Only logic without emotions, only emotions without logic is dangerous. It cannot work, they cannot be divorced. And that's why the Torah calls a smart person, a talented individual, Chacham Lev. Chacham Lev, Chokhmah is here, and Lev is here. Chokhmah is in the moach, is in the intelligence, in the head usually, and the heart is the emotion. Well, you got to put them together. Chacham Lev. We're not looking for a Chacham, and we're not looking for Lev. We're looking for both together. Because when you put them together, it works. That's what Nefesh HaChaim says. Torah without Yir'ah, Chokhmah without Lev. It doesn't work. Chokhmah is like a harvest grain that you have. If you don't have where to store it, it will go to waste. Chokhmah is that. It's the harvest. And Lev, the Yir'ah, is what encompasses it, what guards it, what is the warehouse keeping it safe. You need both. Reshit Chokhmah, Yirat Hashem. You need the Chokhmah and the Yir'ah. That's why our Torah called these people Chacham Lev.
Okay. Let us go for Rabbi Label Wolf this morning. We're still having some issues over here. We'll get through them. We'll get through them. Okay. That's what I hate. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. All right. Here we go. We're back. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Just, you know the story. Just the computer gets stuck. We're just stuck a little bit. All right. I don't know what to do. You gotta give me a second here because I'm stuck. Really stuck. Don't like that. Let's see if I can force it. No. I have no choice. I am so sorry. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to have to interrupt this because there's no